She has captivated audiences with her wit, charm, and raw talent.
She's everything to everyone. She's sexy, she's smart, she's funny, she's dorky.
She's just one of those actresses, she just got it.
With her signature red hair, sparkling eyes, and infectious smile.
It's kind of blows my mind how good she is.
She brings a unique energy to each and every role, from the quirky and comedic to the dramatic and emotional.
What a voice.
Let's take a close-up on Emma Stone. Emily Jean Stone was born on November 6, 1988 in Scottsdale, Arizona. Her mother, Krista Jean Yeager, was a housewife, and her father, Jeffrey Charles Stone, was a businessman and co-owner of the Camelback Golf Club of Scottsdale, where she spent most of her childhood with her parents and younger brother Spencer.
When she was growing up, Emma's parents weren't actually very strict with her. They gave her a very long leash in terms of her freedom, and one time some of her friends came and knocked on her window late at night and said, "Hey, we're gonna sneak out and go buy some candy or something." She literally went to her mom and dad and said, "Hey, I'm gonna sneak out." And her mom said, "Hey, take the cell phone, call if you're gonna be longer than an hour." And because of that, she felt like she never really needed to act out or rebel because she always felt like she had plenty of freedom. Emma Stone made her stage debut at the tender age of 6 in a school musical for Thanksgiving called No Turkey for Perky. I don't know if she played Perky, I don't know if she played the turkey, but I do know one thing, she was probably awesome.
An idea or a feeling or a scene, it can just go and go and go. And that's something I really appreciate. I could do a jillion takes of anything.
When Emma Stone was about 7, she started to experience extreme bouts of anxiety. She would have panic attacks and she would think the house is gonna catch on fire, or she would be afraid to go play at friends' houses because she didn't know what would happen. And it got so bad that her parents sent her to see a therapist. She started taking improv classes when she would do theater. And because with improv, you have to be in the moment. You can't worry about what happened before or what's coming up. You have to be right in the here and now, and that is a great tool for dealing with anxiety.
Hi, Mrs. Griffin.
Hi, you.
When she was 14 years old, Emma Stone decided that what she really wanted to do was leave Arizona and go to Hollywood and pursue her dream.
I love the story of Emma Stone when she was a young person making a PowerPoint presentation to her parents set to the tune of Hollywood by Madonna that was just slide after slide of why she should be allowed to move from Arizona to LA to become an actress. Like, what a dork move, and I just love that.
And her PowerPoint presentation worked. In January of 2004, she and her mother moved to LA to give it a try, and the rest is history.
We agreed to be transparent with each other.
Did we?
When Emma first came to Hollywood, she got a lot of auditions right away, but she wasn't booking anything. And then everything really dropped off. It wasn't looking great. And then her mother saw a commercial on VH1 for a new reality show that was coming out, which was like the return of the Partridge Family, which is the classic 70s TV show about a family that also happens to be a band. And Emma's mother thought that Emma looked a lot like Susan Dey, who was in the original show. So they decided to audition for that. Emma got the part, and though the series never got past the pilot stage, that was the yes when she really needed a yes.
While in Los Angeles, Stone continued to audition for film and television roles while being homeschooled. She landed small roles in various television shows before her breakout performance in the hit comedy Superbad.
Superbad is a 2007 comedy that sort of came out of nowhere. What's great about Emma Stone in Superbad is that even though Jules is a minor character, Emma Stone has major talent. And so she took it and made it something really memorable. She made the character really relatable, really sexy, but in a non-threatening high school way. And the fact that she is into Jonah Hill's character makes her that much more likable, because his character is sort of hard to like. You have to be behind a girl that's willing to put up with that kind of kid.
It's like a CSI with pudding.
What? So we continued to see Emma Stone's like charming and dorky side in The House Bunny, where Anna Faris comes in as this like gorgeous pinup who's kind of dim, but also not really. And all of the girls in the house as an ensemble really had to stand out, because comedy is built on making these really vibrant characters even if they don't have a ton of screen time. That's what Emma Stone is built for.
It's been amazing to see that 7 girls can get together and do comedy and
just be so supportive of each other, and everyone is so supportive of each other. It's unbelievable. We've all become such great friends.
So earlier in her career, we saw Emma Stone as sort of this like charming, sweet, but kind of nerdy girl. And then all of a sudden, here's a zombie apocalypse in Zombieland. And her character, Wichita, has a lot of stunts to do. She's really good with firearms, and she doesn't put up with nothing from nobody. And Emma Stone apparently had to work really hard to look believable in such a physical role because she doesn't count herself as that type of person.
I just got super lucky in the casting that, Jesse and Emma are just so well fit for each other. And, my work was so easy because they are also talented and they just gelled together so well that there was just a natural connection among them.
This script was incredibly different than anything I had ever read. And there have been zombie comedies before, but this wasn't a satire at all. The way these people react is very accurate in this situation. And the zombies are scary, and a lot of these scenes are really, really scary because it's not a joke by any means, but these characters are really funny.
She's just one of those actresses, she just got it. She really is, there's something pure and smart and clever, just a great sense of humor. I think she's a great actress.
That's the worst thing ever.
Emma Stone decided she needed a change of scene around 2009. She had started to find success in Hollywood, and she was out at dinner, a nice little place, and she was sitting at a table, and she could overhear the conversation at the table to her left, and they were talking about a script, and this script, and what's happening with the script, and she listened to the table on her right, and they were talking about, is the movie gonna happen? It was all show business all the time, and she thought, is this what I want my life to be like? So she decided she wanted to have a life that was about more than show business, so she packed her bags, and she moved to New York.
Come on, I know that was a disaster. I know it was, but I promise it won't be like that next time.
Stone's breakthrough role was in the 2010 teen comedy Easy A. The film follows a high school student who tells a white lie about losing her virginity, which turns her into the subject of gossip and speculation. The film was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $75 million worldwide, and her performance received widespread acclaim, earning her a nomination for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy.
Kind of a tall order to take a story like The Scarlet Letter and turn it into a really memorable comedy, but they totally did it with Easy A. They got Emma Stone to star as the main character, Olive, and that's where this movie goes so right, because you totally buy that Emma Stone is kind of a pent-up, nerdy person that does have a little bit of a wild side. She's like a normal person.
I can completely 100% relate to this girl. Her sense of humor, she says all these dumb little things all the time, and she's very aware that what she's saying is stupid. And I do the same thing almost constantly, and she's not too far off from myself, and so I just felt this kinship with her. She just feels like someone I really understood and wanted to understand.
Sorry on booze and pills to numb the loneliness.
In the 2011 romantic comedy Crazy Stupid Love, Emma played the role of Hannah Weaver, a young law student and love interest of womanizer Jacob Palmer. Stone's chemistry with co-star Ryan Gosling was praised by critics and audiences alike. The film was a commercial success, grossing over $145 million worldwide.
Emma was drawn to do the movie Crazy Stupid Love because of the script. It was the first script she'd read in months that was actually an original story. It wasn't based on a comic book or a TV show or some other toy or something. It was an original story. And she was so excited to dive in and create a character from the ground up.
She brings a lot of her natural kind of energy and curiosity and intelligence to every role that she does. And she had her work cut out for her to play against Ryan Gosling. They had this amazing chemistry instantaneously.
I like this song.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Right?
Yeah.
You never hear this.
Occasionally, Emma's anxiety comes back up again, and one of those instances was when she was shooting a scene in Crazy Stupid Love.
Emma Stone has really hurt feelings. She decides that she's gonna go home with Ryan Gosling's character because she is gonna teach her ex-boyfriend a lesson. She's done with him, she's gonna be wild, and they end up doing the Dirty Dancing lift. Emma Stone got totally freaked out during the filming of that scene because she had a childhood accident falling off the monkey bars and breaking both of her arms. So when she tried to do this lift, like, she lost it. And that's exactly when you want to be starring in a scene with Ryan Gosling, because he was like really understanding. They got a body stunt double to do the whole thing, and it still manages to be an incredible scene.
That scene is probably one of my favorite scenes I've ever gotten to do, just because it's such a funny, well-written, great scene of them kind of falling in love.
Primarily known for comedic roles, Stone challenged herself and showed her dramatic acting range. She got the lead role of an aspiring writer who decides to write a book about African-American maids working in white households during the 1960s.
Sorry, I'm late.
Emma Stone is at the center of an incredible cast in The Help as Skeeter Phelan. This book and movie, it just has all these vivid portrayals of all of these different characters, and Skeeter is the one that's learning.
She's so Skeeter because this person who doesn't know how beautiful they are, unaware of their talent and the power of it.
She's figuring out stuff about her community and about the people that have been in her home for so long that she never knew. And so this is a tricky role to play because you can't be too naive. You can't be too knowledgeable. You have to be just the right amount of everything because you're essentially the shepherd for the audience because they're also learning too. And it's no surprise that by the time audiences saw The Help, the Oscars were just like, nah, let's just hand out statues.
I'm sure she did.
Like, it's not like that, all right?
Emma Stone's movies have actually grossed over $1 billion worldwide, all put together, but by far her most popular one at the box office is The Amazing Spider-Man.
When she first started working on the Spider-Man movies, Emma was very intimidated. She just didn't know how it would feel, like with the sheer size of the production, feel different. But once she started playing the scenes, she realized this is just like any other acting I've ever done.
Felt pressure once I was cast. I was like, oh boy, there were a lot of opinions and I was really freaked out. But I tried to stop reading message boards as soon as possible so I could just do the best job I possibly could.
She's so unbelievably, she's great as a dramatic actress. She's hilarious. She can improvise.
Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield made a great couple in the Spider-Man movies because her humor and her spontaneity, she would improvise a lot in that movie. It really kept him on his toes because he can tend to get a little serious or getting over emotional, and she lightened him up, and the balance was perfect for the movie.
She and Andrew Garfield are playing these incredibly well-known and well-seen characters. I mean, people know the comic books, they know other versions of the movie. She made Gwen Stacy have something that people wanted to see more of instead of just being like Spider-Man's whatever girlfriend.
What Emma's character has is a very, very difficult situation she finds herself in. She seems to be in a pattern of finding dangerous men to need and to lose potentially. So it's a very interesting thing.
She goes blonde to be Gwen Stacy. Everybody just went bonkers. Like, they loved seeing the chemistry of those two actors that ended up dating, of course. I mean, no surprise when you see how good they are on screen together.
Don't tell me I look amazing.
Stone and Garfield dated for 4 years before their breakup. Despite being private about their relationship, they used their media coverage to raise awareness for important causes close to their hearts. They actively supported initiatives such as cancer research and treatment. She has also been open about her personal experiences with anxiety and actively advocates for mental health issues.
Emma is very close to her mother. Sometime in the late aughts, around 2008, 2009, Emma's mother went through a serious bout of cancer. And Emma was working on the movie Zombieland, and somehow through that movie she got to meet Paul McCartney, the Beatle. Well, the Beatles song Blackbird is one of her mother's favorite songs. So Emma actually asked Paul if he would draw 2 little blackbird feet. And all of the Stones, the parents and the 2 kids, have that tattoo on them to this day to sort of commemorate the mother's beating cancer and that whole journey of their family.
She's fine. She's fine.
In between her live-action roles, Emma expanded her range again by lending her voice to the character Eep in the animated movies The Croods.
We love Emma's voice. It's warm, it has so much character to it. But I have to say, she's like a living cartoon character, because not only was her voice amazing, but we always record on video, actually the actors when they do their recording sessions. And so there's a lot of Emma that has been literally captured and put into the character that you're going to see on the screen.
Emma Stone is known for having that husky voice that we all love, but it's actually the result of something that happened when she was a baby. She was a colicky child, and for about 6 months she suffered from chronic crying. And as a result, she developed nodules on her vocal cords that never went away. So that's where the voice comes from, but she took a negative and turned it into one of her trademarks.
It was so much fun to be able to climb and run and jump and all of the physicality that comes with playing an animated character that I didn't realize at the beginning I would get to experience. It really is just playing another character. It's not ADR at all.
What a voice. I mean, some of the best moments are her responses. It's just her timing and the quality of her voice is priceless.
In 2014, Emma Stone embarked on a more dramatic journey in Alejandro González Iñárritu's Birdman, as a recovering drug addict who serves as a source of support and reflection for her father. A role that earned her widespread acclaim, including nominations for an Academy, a BAFTA, and a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress.
The movie Birdman was a real challenge for Emma Stone because she likes to get everything right, and this movie had very long takes where everything had to go smoothly, big camera movements, and nobody could screw up their lines or they would blow the last 6 hours of shooting. It had to be perfect, and it really kind of got into her head, and she was pacing around her dressing room, and she's like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it.
Pretty wild experiment, because he's playing this aging superhero guy, and he's a mess, and he's trying desperately to be relevant, and that character takes up so much space in the film that you really need a strong person to play his daughter.
And when she finally sort of let go of that need to be perfect, she brought exactly what the director was looking for.
She brought such an energy to that role that she really balanced out the screen, and that's why she got an Academy Award nomination.
It's not like theater where you get a chance to do it again the next night, and it's not like other films where you get to cut away and use a different take. It's like you just need to live and breathe the character for the entire length of the scene, and that is new for me.
Established as a versatile actress, Emma Stone's skills made her a logical choice to take over the role of the sassy Sally Bowles from Michelle Williams in the musical Cabaret, marking her Broadway debut.
It really scared her to do that. It was really outside of her comfort zone. She was going to do it at one point and then postponed and then ended up going back into it later. And she said that finally getting the courage to do that and take that on has changed the way she's approached her entire career. Because she realized you got to go big or go home.
This world really instantly was very interesting to me.
And she did go so big in Cabaret that she impressed director Damien Chazelle, who cast her in his musical La La Land in 2016. Her outstanding performance garnered her the Academy Award and Golden Globe for Best Actress.
Emma Stone would probably be the first person to tell you that her primary #1 talent wouldn't be singing or dancing. She can definitely do both, but being in La La Land had to be kind of a stretch for her on paper.
The first dance number between Emma and I is, there's a lot of moving pieces to that. It's all in one take. It starts with a scene, it becomes a song, and then it turns into a dance routine.
It's placed in Griffith Park, and it is probably most memorable to Ryan and I is the scene we did just one take, and we rehearsed for months. It's really, really great.
I do think Ryan and Emma are the closest thing we have to a classical old Hollywood screen couple right now. They are incredibly contemporary actors, and there's something very grounded and relatable and emotionally accessible about their acting, and also something very spontaneous, very improvisational, very electric, in a very modern way about them as individual performers and certainly them together.
It turns out that Emma Stone is one of 8 actresses to get an Academy Award for Best Actress in a musical. There aren't that many musicals that have been given Academy Awards, and Emma Stone got an award for one of them. It's really an exceptional achievement.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
Some child actors dream of winning an Oscar or an Emmy, a Tony, something like that. Emma Stone only had one dream. She wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. You know you're doing well on Saturday Night Live when Lorne Michaels, the producer, says that you're good. And he later told a journalist after Emma hosted that once or twice a year, somebody comes on and they do such a good job that he's like, oh, they'll be back. And he had that feeling about Emma Stone. And of course, She's hosted it multiple times. She even married a guy who works on Saturday Night Live.
In 2017, Emma Stone entered into a relationship with Dave McCary, a segment director on Saturday Night Live. They got engaged in December 2019 and tied the knot the following year. And in March 2021, they welcomed their daughter, Louise Jean McCary.
I'm so jacked for today.
Make that a triple?
In 2017, Stone played against type as tennis legend Billie Jean King, showcasing her acting prowess and ability to bring real-life characters to life. That crowned her with her 4th Golden Globe nomination.
In Battle of the Sexes, there are 2 really big tennis personalities that you're seeing in a real-life story, so this is a very important task to cast this role correctly. So you get Steve Carell on one hand, and then you reunite him with his former co-star Emma Stone as Billie Jean King. Zombieland was full of physicality that she really trained a lot for. She brings that to every role, including Battle of the Sexes, where she trained to do a ton of tennis just because she was playing a tennis legend in that film. And it's that kind of dedication that just makes you like her that much more.
Emma Stone scored another Oscar and Golden Globe nomination for her supporting role in The Favorite in 2018. She portrayed a servant who becomes a trusted confidant of Queen Anne.
It was a lot of fun. Abigail is a survivor, has come from some pretty tough stuff into the kingdom of Queen Anne, and she does what she needs to do to kind of make it up the ranks.
It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. His filmography is really unusual. He does really wild movies, and they're always really, really memorable, and The Favorite is no different.
I ended up having the perfect casting that I always wanted, and everything went well after that.
Emma Stone managed to bring a really interesting, engaging, modern-day sensibility to a period piece that was totally appropriate. She didn't feel like she was being very 2018 in a movie that was about Queen Anne. She just played it perfectly.
And the movie was a big hit and a big a critical success as well.
That same year, she also reunited with Jonah Hill in the dark comedy drama Maniac. The series revolves around 2 strangers who take part in a pharmaceutical trial with the promise of resolving their mental health issues.
Emma Stone hadn't really done a lot of television, and so when she heard that Maniac was being done for Netflix, not only was Jonah Hill involved, her former co-star from Superbad, but it was being directed by Cary Fukunaga, who she'd never worked with but really admired, and she was like, I gotta do this, it's gonna be wild, and it really was.
Not only was her performance in the series highly praised, but she also took on the role of executive producer, demonstrating her behind-the-scenes capacity and making significant contributions to the production and creative decisions of the series. And she reprised this role for her next beloved character, Cruella.
Disney has to figure out how to make these things that are familiar seem brand new. So when we finally get the backstory to one of 101 Dalmatians' greatest villains of all time, Cruella de Vil, they dialed up Emma Stone, because certainly they'd had a lot of ideas who could pull that off.
To play Cruella de Vil, Emma knew that she had to have a signature laugh, that was a big part of the character. So she worked really hard on it, but she only practiced in the shower because she didn't want to be out in public just doing this crazy laugh. People would think she was insane.
Touching.
Cruella de Vil wasn't just a fun Disney movie, it was a big fashion movie. The fashions in the movie were incredible. It was about a fashion designer.
Apparently, Emma Stone was so impressed with the wigs that she had worn on her other movie, The Favorite, that she called up that same person and had her work on Cruella, because she was like, your work is too amazing. This absolutely needs the best in the business. And it's that kind of loyalty and it's that kind of attention to detail and appreciation that I just really like imagining that she has.
Emma Stone loves fashion, and she really knows how to turn it out on a red carpet, but she's not a slave to fashion. In fact, for the 2022 Met Gala, she wore a dress she had already worn before. Can you imagine the scandal? She actually didn't, follow the theme of the Met Gala. Instead, she wore a Louis Vuitton dress that had been designed for her to wear as the after-party dress for her own wedding.
In 2017, Emma Stone was Hollywood's highest paid actress. She made about $26 million, and I'm like, yeah, that's money well spent, Hollywood, because every time she's in something, I love it. I love watching her. And even if the movie surrounding her is like, she is still interesting to watch. Emma Stone always brings a relatability to a character. So when you are talking about someone like Cruella that like no one should have related to in the animated movie or the 90s version, you cast Emma Stone and all of a sudden you kind of start to understand elements of Cruella's personality.
In the last few years, Emma has moved back to Los Angeles, where she lives with her husband and daughter, and she also wants to take more control in her career behind the scenes. So she and her husband have started a production company together called Fruit Tree.
She produces and stars in her friend Yorgos Lanthimos' features and Poor Things, in which she portrays a female version of Frankenstein.
I think it's a really good sign in Hollywood when you've got a performer that's constantly working with the same people, because it seems to indicate that they're incredibly talented and pleasant, which is important when you're spending all that time on set with someone.
From the dorky girl next door to an accomplished actress and producer, Emma Stone's journey exemplifies versatility, captivating audiences with her comedic charm and dramatic depth. With each new project, she continues to surprise and impress, leaving us eagerly anticipating what she will conquer next.
There's no one like Emma, and I think she's one of a kind. She's different than, any other actress out there.
They'd be great anywhere.